Welcome to the Leader by Design podcast. And today on our episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about disc styles. The style that I have, and Emmy as well, my co-host, and how we've used these to work together, I think, fairly well. So again, if this is interesting to you, learning about disc styles and how you can work better with other people, then stay tuned. G'day, I'm Brendan Rogers. I've built a thriving business creating confident leaders who achieve the results they always wanted, along with the lifestyle they always dreamed of. How do you become a confident leader? By focusing on three key areas: developing character, building confidence, and creating connection. This is the Leader by Design podcast. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Brendan Rogers, and I'm here today with
Emmy. Hello.
Hey, Emmy. How are you?
Good. How are you going?
Very well. Now, you are very, very confident on the podcast nowadays because before we started hit record button, I feel like you were taking the piss out of me about my intro, saying we should be talking like not disc jockey disc, but personality disc.
Yes.
Is that what we're going to be talking about?
Yes. No, the DJ disc.
The DJ disc. That's it.
Yeah.
The DJ disc.
Yeah.
And then I offered for you to do the intro, and you said politely no.
You got it. You did great at that.
Very tactful, no.
Very tactful, no. Yes.
That will become more relevant later about our tactfulness that we both have.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
Great. We're on school holidays.
What's been great
now.
about? Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yep.
Like literally, you've been on school holidays with me for the whole term, and now you're officially on school holidays.
Something like that. Yeah, sounds about right.
We've been working hard on this podcast and other things we've been doing.
We have been.
Yeah. And you've got a bit burnt as well, I understand, whilst you've been on holiday. You've only been on holidays 5 minutes and you're burnt already.
Yep, from the beach to the pool, and forgot to reapply sunscreen, so Mum wasn't very impressed with that.
No, she shouldn't be very impressed.
No.
As you know, I've got a couple of nicks on the side of my head from sun cancer cream and on my chest and stuff. So, yeah, you're too young to be dealing with those sorts of things.
It's very serious. Yes.
Anyway, you'll remember next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, look, my week, it's been a good, interesting week. A lot of stuff happening client-wise. We're ramping up this coming week as well with a number of off-sites this week with clients. But also, I guess the biggest news is mine and my wife's daughter has moved out on Saturday. She moved up to your area, Long Jetty.
She did.
Hey, how cool. It's such
Very
a cool
exciting.
place up there, eh?
Yeah,
That's where you live up there.
It's awesome. Very cool.
Maybe her and her boyfriend, her partner, they've been together a long time and they've got a little granny flat up there. So they're really excited. We're really excited for them. Not disappointed, but it's emotional, upsetting when one of your children leave home. You may not realise that yet, but your parents will feel the same when you leave home. So anyway, but yeah, they're making their own way, which is fantastic.
It's very good.
Yeah, and they're actually not far from you, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Close. Driving around the other way, but if you sort of jumped over the fence and walked, you're almost neighbours in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, very close. So.
Could sort of rock each other's roof or something. I said that to you the other week and you're like, what the hell is that? It's like, well, that's some fun stuff we used to do when we were kids. We'd sort of throw rocks on people's roofs and run and they'd come out and like, what's going on?
That's right. I remember, yeah.
Pretty stupid, isn't it? Anyway, I'd never do such a thing now. Before we go into our main topic about sort of working with each other and understanding each other's disc profiles and how that's worked, I did an off-site with a leadership team that I've been working with for some time last Friday. You came along to that?
Yes.
How'd you find it?
It was really good. Great environment with everybody there. And the team was very opening and very welcoming, and even listening to like their different strategies and the way they give feedback as well. It was really interesting to listen to, and taking that, like how the main leader took that on board as well.
And one of the things I did with the team, I did sort of first draft of what I call the strategic growth plan with them, each of the leaders, what their growth is going to look like in the first quarter of 2025. You found that pretty interesting?
Yeah, it was really good. Like always setting goals for yourself again. So it was really cool to watch. It was.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually one of the things that I do in the Master 101 meetings program as well. So really, really important that I'm a big believer that performance is an always thing. It's not like a performance management, hell, this person's not performing, so I better performance manage them. Like, I believe leaders always should be managing performance and we should be getting the best out of people. So in order to do that, what do we need to do? Begin with the end in mind.
We do.
which we've spoken about, and the strategic growth plan helps begin with the end in mind. So setting that goal up there, like what are we trying to grow in, develop in, either technically or sort of soft skill, human skill related, and then we break that down into what do we need to focus on to achieve whatever that goal is, and then what are we going to do in the next month, and what support do we need from our leader. And that's sort of the basis of the strategic growth plan. Really simple questions, but powerful to unpack.
Very, yeah.
So there was some really good stuff from the team from draft 1, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
And the other thing you found interesting was in the previous quarterly offsite with the team, I had them do a start, stop, keep session feedback with the leader. You found that pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, like it was the layouts, like something very self-explanatory, like what can I start doing, what can I keep doing well, and what will I stop doing? And as they gave the feedback on to the leader, it was like, okay, well, you're doing this really well. Maybe let's work on easing that off as well. So it was very interesting. I found that really cool. That like
it was really good because the leader, who's a fantastic leader, Jerry, he's always looking to improve himself. He shows a lot of vulnerability. He loves when the team's giving him feedback to improve and what he can focus on. And based on what the team fed back to him about his progress over the last quarter, it's been pretty good, hasn't it?
Yeah. Very good.
Some good ratings. Some team members thought he's really exceeding and working well or improving really well in these areas. And there were others that thought, well, there's been some good improvement and obviously a fair bit more to go. So, yeah, it was good stuff. That's a really, again, simple, powerful 360 feedback type approach where you can get the team aligned in their feedback. In this case, we use individual feedback and we collated it. Jerry took some trends, some patterns from it, and then decided on what he'd work on. And then, again, we fed back to the team.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Disc. Not DJ disc.
Definitely DJ disc.
Definitely. You'd rather DJ disc, wouldn't you?
No, this is actually very interesting.
Working styles disc. So let's remind us, what is your disc style? I style. Influence style. And mine is actually CS. So conscientious and steady/supportive, but my primary is C, conscientious. So, and we're both on the outer circle of the DISC profile, meaning we're strongly inclined to both of those profiles, each of us. So, for you emphasize things like what?
Enthusiasm, action, collaboration, and support.
And it aligns well with, we've talked about Working Genius and we've done your Working Genius style as well. So that sort of enthusiasm and collaboration and support, we can talk galvanizing in the Working Genius side. You love people get excited about things and rally the troops, so to speak.
Yeah.
And the enablement is really that supportive type stuff. And on a previous episode, we spoke about you and how you were really helpful on the school trek.
That's right, yeah.
And people just loved you supporting them and galvanizing them along and come on guys, let's go. We've only got 38 Ks left.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was, yes.
And for me, so my CS style, again, predominantly C, is I emphasize things like stability, accuracy, support. So we cross over there a bit, and challenge. Again, I love challenging ideas. Generating ideas, again, like my Working Genius profile, that's a bit of a frustration for me. Again, it's not that we can't spend time in our zones of frustration, but if we've got to spend too much time on there, it's draining to us. But I like to challenge those ideas and hopefully challenge them to make them better ideas. So this is how we are. This is sort of generally our style. Again, we're not going to go into absolute deep, dark depths of our styles, but it's really about how, I guess, over the course of this term, for us, the course of the, I guess it's 7-8 weeks, something like that we've worked together. That'd be right, wouldn't it, roughly?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Very rough.
So we talk about daring and careful, and this is in what we call, or what the Wiley group and DISC call, the comparison report. I actually just call it a working with report because to me that's what it's about. It's like, how does Brendan work with Amelia? Better. How does Amelia work with Brendan? Better.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I call it working with. So you, as far as daring and careful, where are you on the scale?
Daring.
You're very daring.
Very daring.
Very daring. So you tend to see change as invigorating. You love change. You get excited by change. Is that fair to say?
I think it's very fair to say.
And those fresh ideas and new approaches, like, again, that's energizing for you. Like, yeah, let's give it a bash.
Yeah, try something new.
Absolutely. Whereas me, I'm the boring, I'll fart the other, I'm careful. So we, as far as the continuum goes, like you're right at the end of daring and I'm at the right end of care, right at the other end of careful.
Yeah.
How do you think this has worked for us then, like when we've worked together?
Finding a balance. So we're trying something new, but then also keeping the groundwork for it as well.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
You know where I think it's worked really well? A lot of the times, but the one that sticks out most is our Connection Quest bingo.
Yes, that's right.
For the networking event that I hosted for ET Australia, that whole, create some card or like some ideas around that and, just daring to try something a little bit different. Again, the audience was a little bit different, so I probably needed someone to push me a little bit more about, okay, how do we be a bit different about approaching this and making sure you're meeting them where they're at. So, I think that was super helpful in that process, and that gave me energy. I got really excited about actually once I sort of understanding it more and what we'd created. It's like, yeah, that's going to be a bit of fun doing that actually.
Yeah.
So I just needed maybe the push from careful into being a bit more daring.
And even like getting the perspective because you were working with like kids and students my age, to get that perspective of how can I actually connect with them. And not like when you're doing the questions, like coming up with the questions, it's like, how can you relate that back to this age group?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. So we've used it to our advantage. Again, we ran these reports early on, so we've known a little bit about ourselves. We did your profile, so I shared my profile. We had a look at these things, so we're sort of understanding of where we can support and help each other. And this is one of the spaces where we've helped each other.
It has been, yeah.
Awesome. So basically, when you and I stop working together, which is pretty much soon, but you might make some guest appearances on the podcast if you're not too busy at school.
Yes.
I reckon we'd love to have you back. But I'm going to be very careful and boring once you leave. Aren't I? I'm going to go back to the boring old Brendan. Careful old Brendan.
Careful old Brendan.
And you're going to go back to being too daring. You need a bit of carefulness sort of shaved around the edges.
Bit of a balance, yeah.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. So let's look at one of the things the report talks about too is like potential roadblocks when working with Brendan. So this is from your perspective. So you may feel that Brendan is overly conventional or risk averse. Have you ever felt like that working with me? But for you working with someone like me, again, some tips. So avoid insisting that your plan is better just because it's new and different. So again, you want to try new things. You actually get energy and like to try new things, but that's not necessarily the approach to take with someone like me that maybe wants a little bit of logic and potentially a little bit of proof that tell me why that's going to work. Like what's so convincing about that working, your idea working, rather than just getting some feeling and getting some excitement about it. So again, all these little sort of tips and tricks help us if we're trying to convince somebody to go a certain way, or we're just trying to sort of come at from an angle where we can try and influence in a way. If you're starting to understand their style and learn sort of where they're coming from, then you've got a greater chance of just rather than just trying to take it from your angle, like it's new, it's fresh, it's exciting, let's go.
Yeah, with someone with more grounding and that more logic. Yeah,
absolutely.
That makes more sense. Yeah,
absolutely. So, and you raise a great point. You're on the feeling more the feeling side of the circle, and I'm more on the logic side. Again, it doesn't mean logical people don't have feelings. It doesn't mean feeling people don't have logic. But generally, as a default, or particularly under pressure, you'll go to sort of how something's feeling, and I'll go more to, well, this is the logical way to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
And again, like you said before we started recording, being self-aware around these things is really important because it's not about stopping. It's hard to stop these things, but it's when it comes up and if it's appropriate or not appropriate, then you stop and don't take that approach or just check yourself.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, it makes lots of sense.
Let's move to our next one. The next one is about lively versus reserved. Once again, Emmy, we are on completely different ends of the scale.
You wonder how we work together over those last few weeks, don't you?
It's basically opposites attract, isn't it? Hey? We're like best work buds.
Yeah.
Because we're like learning from each other. You're helping me come over some of these things.
That's
hopefully
so
I'm
true.
helping you. So, yeah, I mean, this is where I think it's worked really well together.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, this is where sometimes also if we're not understanding these things about each other where you can frustrate the shit out of me and I can frustrate the crap out of you as well. So this is where relationships break down. It's not because somebody's trying to annoy you or you're trying to annoy me. It's just a misunderstanding in communication styles and working styles.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you're lively. What does lively mean? Very playful and optimistic. That's some of your tendencies. You tend to get bored or distracted in quiet environments. This is why I've not been able to work very well for the last 7 or 8 weeks on a Friday, because you've got so much energy, sort of optimistic about anything. It's like this inspire with Emmy approach on everything.
You just want to get down.
I'm just trying
done.
for goodness sake, Emmy. Hey, you leave at 2:33 and I go and have a sleep for 3 hours. No. Of course not. Of course, you give me too much energy. I can't sleep.
Keep going.
Absolutely. So you're on the lively end of the scale, and I'm on the reserved side. So reserved individuals may not display their excitement. So I can be excited about things, but I'm not normally not sort of way out there like, whoa, this is awesome. Let's sort of do the Rocky thing at the top of the stairs and like jump up and down sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's generally not me.
No.
But you like to get excited about things and you like to get other people excited about things.
Yeah, definitely.
The calm and the energetic, once again, we're at the opposite ends of the scale. So as far as this goes, calm individuals may want to provide reliable outcomes. Again, I like consistency. I like discipline around those things. So I'm very on the calm side of the scale. And what does it say about you?
Energetic individuals may aim for quick turnarounds.
So that, again, that action and, get involved, turn things around quickly, energetic around things. Come on, guys, let's just do it. Let's just make it. Doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. Let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a bit more calm and careful around those because I'm trying to make sure that the outcome is the outcome that we want.
Yeah.
Amelia's tendencies tend to prefer working at a rapid pace, a bit like what I said. Yeah. Speed. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not good. Maybe we're making $1 million decision. Maybe sometimes with a bit more calmness and approach to that is useful.
Yeah.
But if you're making a $5 decision and I'm spending hours trying to decide about what that is, that's not the time and the place for it. Like, yes. Brendan, just make a decision, move forward. It's not a big deal. Let's get some action happening.
Yeah.
That's where I need you.
Yes. When you put it like that, yeah.
Extreme example, but that's the reality.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, like, you could come across too hasty at times. I said you could be too quick in making a decision, or you just, rather than actually reviewing something from my perspective in its completeness, you're just like, I know enough. Let's just move forward. Let's just make it happen sort of stuff. So that's how these two areas work together, or don't if you misunderstand them.
Yes, that's true as well. Two sides to it.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at our softly spoken versus forceful. So this is interesting. So soft-spoken individuals may spend more time listening. Forceful individuals may spend more time talking. So I was more of the soft-spoken person. And what were you?
More of the forceful person.
So what do you think about forceful individuals may spend more time talking? You do like a chat, don't you?
I do like a chat, but then it's also nice to listen.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's not completely at the end as well.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to always be that person like talking away.
Yep.
You also want to listen others' ideas and to what they're saying.
You're about 3/4, a little bit less than 3/4 there, aren't you? So
yeah.
You also said something earlier about the awareness around these things. So your awareness about maybe if you're talking a little bit more or have that urge to talk, what would you do?
I think having that self-awareness of, does it actually need to be said? Or can I just sit back in this situation, just listen to the other people? And I think especially now when you realise that over this past year and like the whole year of school, it's like you reflect back. It's like, did I need to say that? Just sit back. And I feel like I'm trying to be more of a sit back person and not be so saying something straight away. Like that whole saying, think before you speak saying. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And given you're a prefect at the school, you're part of the leadership group, so that should come in very handy. Just be a little bit more mindful about when you are speaking and seeking input first.
Yeah.
There's a great book by Simon Sinek called Leaders Eat Last, and basically that's the moral of the story is about leaders talking last, like seeking input from people first, getting them to, share their thoughts and opinions, that sort of thing. So
there you go.
am I keeping you up, Emmy?
It's past my bedtime.
We are recording this a bit later on a Monday night because we had that offside on Friday, so we didn't get a chance to record. So it's getting past my bedtime too. It's 8:35 here on a Monday night, so let's say I've got a big week ahead of me. But it's all right. It's all right. It's no problems.
No, we're doing good.
All right. And let's get to our accommodating and strong-willed. So we're a little bit closer on the scale here. Where are we at?
Closer to accommodating. Very, yeah.
We are. Both more accommodating people. So what does that mean? We tend to welcome input and advice from others. Absolutely. We're looking for that. You actually do that better than what I do according to this scale. You're more strong at that than what I am. And we tend to be willing to set own ideas aside. So again, you're probably a little bit better at that than I am as far as this goes. Maybe it comes with old age. We get cranky and we want to put forward our ideas a little bit more and stuff like that. What do you reckon?
I want to say it's actually not a bad scenario when you think about it.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we just think we're old and wise and we know more things. I don't know.
That's true. Or maybe
I'm not sure. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, no, who knows? Yeah.
Or maybe just I am who I am. I'm sometimes accommodating, sometimes a bit more strong-willed.
Maybe it's good to have a balance.
Maybe. Spot on. That's your diplomatic side coming through. Good on you. Good on you. And our last one, I think it is our approach about tactfulness versus being frank. And this is where we are very similar, if not exactly the same. What are we?
Literally the same. We're tactful.
We're both very tactful. So effectively, what do tactful individuals do? They tend to avoid offending others. So we don't like to offend people. When's the last time you offended someone?
Oh, gosh. Hopefully a while ago. Hopefully a
That's
long,
what I'm thinking.
Time ago.
Yeah, God, I hope I haven't offended someone recently. That wouldn't be too good.
I think like we've spoken about before, when people take on something that you say differently and it might come off like offending somebody, but you don't want to do it as well. So like those situations. So, yeah.
Well, the thing is about this, tactful, so the great thing is that even if, it's never about offending somebody, but we're trying, even with feedback we're providing that may be constructive type feedback, we want to be tactful around that and to try not to offend someone at all. But what we've got to be mindful of, both of us together, because we're exactly the same, is that our message is not diluted a bit.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we're giving clear feedback that's tactful, but to the point, like, hey, this is what's happening, this is not good enough, this is what I can see can improve, that sort of stuff. So it's not sort of watered down feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And you've, again, in your experience over this term, you had a number of opportunities to provide feedback to people in your student cohort through your warm and cool feedback process. So you're getting pretty good at giving feedback, both warm and cool.
Yeah, definitely. With the help of those exhibitions that we do.
Absolutely.
Much the hang of it, that's for sure.
So overall, Emmy, they're the key parts of this working with report. Again, we're very different styles, but what would you say? Like, what have you felt that's worked really well? Like, putting this report aside, what have you felt that's worked well between us over this period of time that we've been spending together?
I think even though we put it aside, I think the logic and the free will to go. I think like learning stuff. And then also trying new things. I think that's where we found a balance really well.
Yeah, I like that. I think you're right. And through the course of the term, we've had, again, thankfully I've had a few things going on. So you've had an opportunity to get involved in various things and meet some great people. There's been opportunity for you to really help me in a lot of areas with the business and what we're doing and how I'm presenting certain things or whatever. So it's been super fun. I've loved it.
It has been. It's been awesome.
So what happens now when you go back to your boring old life?
Well, I mean, we're on holiday, so it's not too bad.
That's a point. What do you got planned for your holidays?
I think we're at home. I think we're going away to Kingscliff for 2 weeks, so that should be lovely. But other than that, just home for Christmas, home for the New Year, which should be lovely.
Nice. Getting stuck into that ham that's your dad's got to get.
Looking forward to the Christmas ham.
Have you been proactive and sorted him out? He's getting the ham?
Hopefully he's just all over it, but I will have to keep on top of it, yes.
For those that are just listening to this episode for the first time and haven't listened to some previous ones, we used ham, the Christmas ham, as an example about being proactive. And I said, Emmy, so actually we talked about the goals, for Christmas Day.
That's
and
fine.
Yours was like to enjoy a beautiful big ham or something like that. It's like, so what do you got to do to be proactive around that? I said, I got to keep hassling Dad to get the ham.
Get the ham, yeah.
Have you been hassling him, or he's got it in order?
Well, they've been talking about the turkey, so hopefully the ham's in that conversation as well.
For goodness sake. What is it when they mix? Isn't there like a turkey ham or something mixed? They do some mix nowadays?
I have no clue.
No,
I haven't heard of that one before, no.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. There is something like that, but anyway. So Emmy, working together and this working with report, I guess now you've got some insight into how you and I have worked together. And again, where this becomes useful is if somebody has got a DISC profile that they've done, and again, you're on the same system, then the ability to run these reports. Again, this is why I say to my clients, some of them are, I can get this sort of cheap and nasty report off some website and someone like, be my guest. But again, I can't access that in order to bring us together so that, when you're working with a colleague, it might be on a project-related basis. It might be a new colleague coming in, and you want to understand the style to give you a head start and how you can work together well. That's the benefit of having these things in place. So again, school side of things, probably more for you. And moving forward, it's a case of you understand your own style a little bit more. You understand someone like my style a little bit more and how we've operated together, and maybe sort of again openly what could frustrate me, or what could frustrate you about me, because of the way I sort of operate. I like my style, and vice versa. What could frustrate me about you and your style. But again, it's never about someone trying to annoy the hell out of each other deliberately. It doesn't often happen. But having some awareness around that, you can use that in your interactions with people. Again, you don't necessarily need to have a report in front of you all the time. It does help to solidify and create some standards, but it's more about just saying, hey, I understand a little bit more about a certain style and how they operate. And just that person seems to me, after a bit of interaction, that they might be a bit more this style. Like, hey, I've got to be aware of this and how I'm working with them. So does that sound fair?
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Who is it that is there anyone in your group? Again, you don't need to name names, but you think your style and their style are really quite different?
I think, one of my close friends, a lot more reserved, a lot more, not willing to trust something new, just to more stick with that logical answer again. So I think having this helps you become so much aware of it, even with your small circle of friends as well, and people you actually work with. Yeah.
She sounds a bit more like me, so you know how to influence her.
Know how to handle her now.
You know how to manipulate her properly.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, good on you, Emmy. Well, look, is there anything you want to say to our listeners, given that this will be your last episode as far as co-hosting? I'll go back to my narrative style podcast after this. It's been fantastic having you. Really great to sort of shoot the breeze around some of these things and always get your perspective on where we're at and what we're doing. So, anything you'd like to say to our listeners before we close up?
Thanks for listening, I think. Thanks, Brendan, for having me. This has been a great opportunity, just as a part of being proactive, reaching out. I've now been co-hosting a podcast, something I never would have imagined at the start of the term. So thank you for giving me that opportunity for this last term as well.
Absolute pleasure. And you're the only one in your cohort that's doing it, isn't it? It's been doing a podcast.
There's been talk of me starting one next year as well.
Oh, so everyone's on your back now, aren't
they? Yeah. Yes, interview me, interview this and this. And
how cool.
Yeah.
You're leading the way.
Yep.
Love it. And probably the only other thing I want to ask you is, and again, I haven't debriefed you on this or given you a heads up, what's been the most enjoyable part of the LTI process that we spent together, the learning through interest?
I want to say all of it. As inspiring as that sounds, I don't think there's been
with Emmy.
one dull moment. There might be a few times where I've been sat there and be like, "Oh, this is so not in my interest at all." Don't get me. Oh, it's a cat.
Alfie's back.
He's back. Where it'd be like, "This is so not in my interest at all." But I've enjoyed it all. I've enjoyed the ChatGPT, the learning how to be self-aware, working with others, the podcasting, trying new things. I think that's or what this work experience is about. And it's definitely been a great opportunity.
Fantastic, Emmy. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. There's no doubt about that. I've really enjoyed the opportunity. Hopefully get more opportunities with, it might be other people in sort of future cohorts that are interested in this sort of stuff. And, we can spend some time together and they may find themselves as another special co-host or something like that for a period of time. So,
maybe.
All right. Well, thank you again, Emmy. Great to have you. It's great to have another friend in the networking and the connection circles as well. And I've met your parents as well, who are fantastic people. So once again, everyone, thanks very much for listening. This is the last time in a short amount of time. In a little while, you'll hear from Emmy. We'll probably have her back at the start of next year or something like that to see how she's going with her prefect duties and coping with year 12 and what else she's been implementing around her leadership journey and that sort of stuff. But we look forward to that. Once again, thanks very much for listening. I hope you found this interesting as far as working with each other, understanding people's styles and how even the opposites can attract and find a really good balance and work together well. So once again, thanks for listening, and you have yourself a great rest of the week.
Thanks for listening.
See you, Emmy.
See you later.
In the hybrid working world, I've seen too many business owners and their businesses suffer because of poor performing employees, leading to below average results. If you want to improve your employees' performance to deliver consistent results for your business, you have to master one-on-one meetings. The doors to our Master One-on-One Meetings training program are opening soon. I'll teach you how to improve employee performance and deliver consistent results using one-on-one meetings. To be one of the first people notified when the doors open, go to leaderbydesign.au/waitlist. Don't wait, sign up now.